Harrison Gwamnishu says he was never arrested by the police or charged to court as speculated in the public spaces over the 5.4 million nairas he allegedly removed out of the 20 million nairas ransom he was given to hand over to kidnappers, and as well apparently used the money as a bait to stage sting operation for the release and rescue of the husband and wife simply identified as Mr and Mrs Ibrahim, kidnapped in Aviele community in the Etsako West local government area of Edo State, which generated public reactions after the kidnappers set free the wife and kept the husband in captivity on the ground that the money given to them was not complete, and some persons who have access to the apparent sensitive security information went public to create an impression as if Harrison Gwamnishu stole part of the ransom money, even when Harrison Gwamnishu explained to them that it is part of his operational procedures to remove some cash from the ransom money. His explanation apparently went on deaf ears, and people who may be best described as mischief makers took advantage of the issue to call Harrison Gwamnishu names and reopen his alleged past deeds in a prejudiced manner to cast aspersions on him, even when they knew that Harrison Gwamnishu has a long history with video evidences of assisting security operatives to rescue kidnapped victims, and in some cases, the total money paid as ransom are recovered and returned to the victims' families, and the sting operation usually leads to the killing and arrest of the suspected kidnappers. This, according to Harrison Gwamnishu in a statement he issued through his verified Facebook account some hours ago. He was the one who personally submitted himself voluntarily to the Edo State Command of the Nigeria Police Force to enable the police investigate his action, that he never had the intention of stealing the money, and his action of removing some money from the ransom was part of his usual operational procedures, adding that the police never charged him to court, and while in self-detention with the police, he became the cell president and he facilitated the release of 4 persons who were probably arrested and detained by the police unjustly for a crime the beneficiaries may know nothing about, and a video posted online by Harrison Gwamnishu on Monday night showed he arrived home to the waiting hands of his elderly mother, who was seen in the video singing, dancing with other family members, friends and well-wishers, and screaming loud with joy, while using one of her hands to caress the chest of her son, Harrison Gwamnishu, during which she said a lot of prayers in her local dialect. In his words, Harrison Gwamnishu said, "I did not return alone. During my time in custody, I became the cell presido, OBJ, and later handed over that responsibility to a young man, Honor Abba, who had also been unjustly arrested and detained. While there, I quietly supported the release of 4 individuals who were being held without cause. And today, Honor Abba from Benue State has also regained his freedom. My sincere appreciation goes to my Edo human rights team, led by John Odion Kadiri, for their invaluable support in making this possible. Dear family, I am pleased to inform you all that I have been released from custody. Words cannot express how grateful I am for your support, especially considering that many of you had not yet heard my own side of what truly happened. For clarity, I was neither invited nor arrested by the police. As a law-abiding citizen, I voluntarily presented myself for investigation regarding the incident. At the moment, I have not been charged, as the matter is still under review by the Directorate of Public Prosecution. I sincerely appreciate every one of you. I will take time to personally thank you all for standing by me. My special appreciation goes to my lawyers, Barrister Olayiwola Afolabi, San, Barrister Dele Benedian, Barrister Favor Ajuabor, and Barrister Aviele Ideal for their professionalism and dedication in securing my release. Despite my many years of advocating against police brutality, one might have assumed the police would be hostile towards me. Instead, I am grateful to the Edo State Commissioner of Police for his wisdom and professionalism. I must also commend the hard-working investigation team led by CSP Osej for their care and fatherly guidance during my time in detention. Thank you all once again for being part of my journey, said Harrison Gwamnishu, founder, Safe City Volunteer Foundation. We had reported that the Nigeria Police Force under the leadership of IGP Kayode Egbetoken has kept mum since reports indicated that the US-trained private intelligence officer, Harrison Gwamnishu, who was invited to facilitate the rescue of a married couple, husband and wife simply identified as Mr and Mrs Ibrahim, that was kidnapped since late November at their home in Aviele community, a village near Aviele Polytechnic in the Etsako West local government area of Edo State, has been arrested and remanded to prison by a court sitting in Benin City, the Edo State capital, over allegations that the private intelligence officer, Harrison Gwamnishu, underpaid the ransom money given to him to give to the kidnappers to rescue the married couple in captivity. The reports of Harrison Gwamnishu's arrest and subsequent remand to prison custody became widespread after a popular Nigeria social media activist, Vincent Martins Ots, in a video statement on Friday morning alleged that he has facilitated the arrest of the private intelligence officer, Harrison Gwamnishu, for allegedly removing 5.4 million naira from the total amount given to him by the victim's family to help pay as ransom to the kidnappers. This occurred after the sting operations Gwamnishu had prepared the ransom money for was probably aborted after a man, whose real names may be Oshiorime Job Asegheme, leaked, revealed and exposed the planned sensitive security information online. According to the suspect who leaked out the sensitive security operational plans of Gwamnishu, Harrison Gwamnishu never told the family he was going to remove some money from the ransom, that the kidnappers said the money was not complete, hence only the wife was released. The man still held in captivity due to the incomplete ransom payment. The suspect, Oshiorime Job Asegheme, in a video recorded statement stated that he was the one that helped facilitate the service of Harrison Gwamnishu when the family of the kidnapped victims requested for it. The action of the suspect may have prompted Harrison Gwamnishu to abort the sting operations, obviously for the safety of his personal life and the lives of Nigeria's soldiers and other security operatives he does use to execute and complete his sting operations against kidnappers, which often leads to the killing of the kidnappers and recovering of the total ransom paid. For the purpose of clarity, sting operations is a deceptive practice and undercover tactics used by journalist or intelligence officer or security operative to get closer to a suspected criminal or criminals in order to be more familiar with the criminals and the environment they operate, and the deceptive practice may include the journalist or intelligence officer or security operative pretending to give ransom money to kidnappers in a manner that can cause a delay in proper assessment of the environment before the security troops may launch offensive attack against the criminals. The action of Asegheme of leaking out sensitive security information may be of interest. Why Nigeria soldiers and other security operatives are being killed in large numbers whenever in previous and recent years the Nigeria security troops are on rescue missions, including the recent mass killing of soldiers along with Brigadier General Uba Musa and civilian JTF members at Wajiriko village in Borno State by criminals.
What's your name?
My name is Ona Abba.
Ona Abba. Where are you from?
I'm from Benin State.
Benin State. Wetin carry you come stay here?
Last week Wednesday, I did for this mega guest house. So some strike force come bust us for the lodge. Me and one of my brother girlfriend with two of my brothers who they carry from road.
Okay.
Where they accuse them say they be kidnappers, say they want kidnap one woman. Meanwhile, the woman don't been duped them before. So as they see the woman, they see me, they go police station. Because say we be Benue boys and we know they hear Benin, they turn the thing upside down. Come label us as kidnappers. And so I still find myself for state CID without doing anything. Now Lord, they come carry me from.
How you take meet person wey bail you?
So when they come lock me for cell, I did where they lock me for like 3 days. I no see food chop. Nobody come for me. None of the, even the complainants, no ask of us. My IPO, nobody come see us, no food, nothing for 3 days. So my brother did the other cell. I can't manage, enter the cell. So I can't meet one Mr. Harrison. I've forgotten his surname, but Oga Harrison, his name is Harrison. So I met him inside the other cell. Then since then, he take care of us for like 1 week. Today go make am 1 week and 5 days when I don't spend for CID here. So he was the one taking care of us today. I want to use this opportunity to thank him. Now he come the person wey still come pay me for more today.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.
Barely 1 month after terrorists invaded the Christian school on November 21, 2025 and kidnapped over 230 school children at the St. Mary Catholic Church School in Papri town in Niger State, the Nigeria government under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has announced the complete release of all the abducted church school children by the terrorists. According to the presidential spokesperson, Bayo Onanuga, the terrorists released the kids based on intelligence-driven operations, but some Nigerians who took to the comment sections of the presidential spokesperson on social media said the government should come out clean and tell the public the truth that it paid money as ransom to the terrorists to secure the freedom of the kids, stressing that terrorists don't release kidnapped victims for free. Bayo Onanuga, the presidential spokesperson, had said in a statement he issued and made available yesterday that the remaining 130 school children abducted by terrorists at St. Mary's Catholic School in Papri, Niger State, on November 21st, have now been released. They are expected to arrive in Minna on Monday and rejoin their parents for the Christmas celebration. 100 were released earlier by the terrorists, taking the total of freed students to 230. The freedom of the school children followed a military intelligence-driven operation. Some social media users who are apparently Nigerians took to the comment sections of the presidential spokesperson post both on Facebook and X social media platforms and expressed themselves over the new developments, some of which are presented verbatim below. Rilwan Ibrahim said, "Released not rescued. Kidnappers don't release captives for free. In all thank God for their lives." Femi Adeboye said, "So what happened to their abductors? Were they engaged in the way they understand, or they were released after monetary negotiation? We thank God for the release of these children. At the same time, what happened to the abductors?" Akingbade Aganbiade said, "Military intelligence-driven operation. As how many bandits did they arrest?" Banki Alesh said, "A wheeler-dealer government of no direction will never say the truth. Only God knows how much ransom was paid from the hard-earned resources or borrowed funds of this country. No amount of propaganda or damage control. Nigerians becomes wiser every day with all your antics and they're ready for you come 2027. Ruska Oko said, "Sir, with all due respect, do the terrorists release them unconditionally or your government paid ransom?" Joke Megamixer stated, "The presidency celebrates a military intelligence-driven operation for the Papri release, yet says nothing about the fate of the abductors. In a functioning security system, the return of victims is only half the job. Without arrests or neutralized threats, this is not a rescue. It is a handover that comes at a cost that wasn't mentioned." The official account of the Papri release reads like a travel itinerary, not a security report. If this was indeed an intelligence-led operation, where are the suspects? Silence on the abductors' fate suggests a non-combative arrangement that leaves the kidnap industry intact. Mass kidnappings in Niger State have become a cycle of trauma and PR-managed returns. By failing to mention any neutralized threats or arrests in the Papri operation, the presidency inadvertently credits the kindness of terrorists for the freedom of our children. Aliyu Muhammad stated, "Kudos to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, PBAT, for his serious commitment to tackling security challenges. Lately, the government has been putting in real work to end kidnapping and banditry once and for all." Samuel Ozuna stated, "Such military intelligence. Transactions completed. Alert received. A government that negotiates with terrorists." Onusum stated, "I'm glad the remaining schoolchildren have been released and will soon be reunited with their families." But, Mr. Bayo, how many terrorists were arrested or killed during the operation to free these children? Or was it the usual method of paying ransom to these terrorists while pretending otherwise? Ben Samuel stated, "What happened to the kidnappers? Frankly, we're far more interested in seeing how you deal ruthlessly with the terrorists than in the victims themselves because we all know you'll insist no ransom was paid. even as they were released, perhaps in exchange for Xmas handshakes. You can't easily steal 50 cows and march them into the forests, let alone abduct hundreds of human beings. How do you plan to face Nigerians next year and campaign for APC re-election, when that would only mean more kidnappings and deeper insecurity? This is a truly clueless administration. What Nigerians want is to see the forests littered with the bodies of neutralized kidnappers, proof of overwhelming firepower, but instead, you allow them to regroup and strike again, kidnapping even more victims every day. Chika Ohaji added that, Mr. Onanuga, don't you think it is just too much to ask children who have been in a terrorist den for close to 2 months to be smiling for the camera? While we are relieved these children who are, from being normal kids, have undergone severe trauma, asking them to smile for the camera is adding salt to injury. They did not go on vacation. It wasn't Disney World. I think you people can do better. Terrorists are in competition with government for control of resources. That tells you a lot. Halata Smith added that. Check out the words used. How will release follow after a military intelligence operation and no abductors were either arrested or sent to their maker? Looks like we are getting good at hostile negotiations. Honorable Nuhu Sada added that. We welcome the safe release of the remaining 130 schoolchildren in Papuri. While we rejoice with their families, this tragic abduction underscores the urgent need for effective security reforms to ensure our children can learn without fear.
Bringing you the news in a more digital way.
Increasing rates of mass shooting leading to mass murder in South Africa recorded another new figure on Sunday early morning in the Bekkersdal town near the southwestern part of Johannesburg in the Gauteng province, when about 12 masked unknown gunmen invaded a public drinking, accommodation and relaxation spot known as Tavern, shooting into the pub and shot people as they sight them on the street while fleeing, leading to the killing of 9 persons as confirmed by the local authority, with additional 10 persons sustaining injuries. This occurred less than 3 weeks when gunmen stormed an illegal drinking establishment also known as Shebeen at a hostel in Salisville, west of Pretoria, wherein 12 people were killed, including a 3-year-old child, a 12-year-old boy, and a 16-year-old girl, and in 2024 alone, 26,232 murder cases representing more than 70 people killed per day in South Africa was reported by the South African Police Service, SAPS, and a non-governmental organization, the Democratic Alliance. BC had stated in its report earlier in the year that between January and March 2025, 5,727 people were murdered, representing an average of 62 people killed per day in 2025 first quarter, and 6,985 attempted murders were recorded, 75 per day. 43,776 assaults with intent to cause grievous bodily harm were reported, representing 475 per day. 10,688 people were raped, 116 per day. 4,571 kidnappings occurred, 49 per day. 11,111 common robberies and 35,374 commercial crimes were reported, representing 504 per day. And as at the time of filing in this report on Monday morning, the South Africa President, Cyril Ramaphosa, is yet to issue statement or announce policy action over the Sunday recent mass murder in the country, just as residents who spoke with local media blamed the attack on illegal miners known by the group name Zama Zamas, and the residents believed the police are in cahoots with the different gangsters terrorizing communities in South Africa. Local residents who spoke with local news media said that the mass murder in Bekkersdal occurred around 1 a.m. early morning night on Sunday, December 21st, with about 12 gunmen in a white van and silver sedan opened fire at the Quinoxalo Tavern in Bekkersdal, southwest of Johannesburg. A resident who spoke with Newsroom Africa Television said, "It is bad, my sister. The thing is, this has become a norm in this township. Young kids, tender kids as young as 2, 3 years old, when a gunshot sounds, they don't flinch. They would ask you, which direction does it come from? They're used to gunshots. Little kids. Now you can imagine how much about old people. What happened yesterday is a reflection of, I don't know how to put it, maybe, let me put it straight, a reflection of neglect by the police. Criminals, they do as they please here. These guns, they sound each and every evening. Let me put it that way. As soon as it's dusk, we know that gunshots are about to sound. And they will sound severely to a point whereby us ourselves would wonder, someone is shot or maybe someone has died. It is rare that you find people die like this. But gunshots, they sound the following morning. There's no report of someone dead. So I don't know if this, today, it's music, it's something that they enjoy, but it's terrorizing our communities. Who is terrorizing your community? People that are terrorizing our communities mainly is the Zamas and Sutu nationals, to be precise. Why am I saying that? When you talk to some of them, they will tell you that this is a rivalry thing. It's a gang rivalry thing. There are two gangs that are in the main that are playing a role here and they're making sure that they send a clear message to each other. You understand? Because here there's a gang of these people that reside here or that stays with us here and their arrival is on the other side of town. So as they come here, they're sending a message to these ones, but at the expense of our own community. So I would like to plead with General to please take action with this. And he must be decisive with it, such that he starts from within his own house, there at the police station of Pakistan, if necessary. Let it be that they reshuffle everyone if they can transfer all of them and bring new members here, because we are having a problem with them being in cahoots with criminals, you understand. The community will tell you that police are collecting brown envelopes from these people and nothing is happening. So the crime here is dismal. It's bad. And the leadership, let me be specific, the councillors and the ward committees here must come to play. But I think also they themselves, they're politicizing these issues. They are not up to scratch with this team. Among the 20 people shot, with 9 confirmed dead, police says its investigation is ongoing from the point of view of the terrorist attack. Gauteng Deputy Provincial Police Commissioner, Major General Fred Kekana said the attackers searched people after shooting them, taking their valuables, including phones. He said 3 people were killed inside the bar, while others were shot as they tried to flee, with the gunmen continuing to fire as they left the scene. Gauteng Deputy Provincial Police Commissioner, Major General Fred Kekana also told Newsroom Africa that the perpetrators, armed with pistols and 1 AK-47, were unprovoked. The poor patrons were just enjoying themselves when people came and shot, he said. The police commissioner said among those killed was a driver working for an online ride-hailing service, when about 12 unidentified suspects arrived at the scene in 2 vehicles, opened fire on patrons inside the tavern and fled. At least 10 wounded people were taken to hospital.
Osazuwa Connected, bringing you the news in a more digital way. Osazuwa Connected, bringing you the news in a more digital way.